That's a good question. So we're gonna go see the Smashing Machine featuring Dwayne Johnson, A24. It's called the Smashing Machine, right? At first, I think I told Natalie it was called the Murder Machine, and I was like, that doesn't feel right because I didn't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Smashing Machine. This is the one that he claimed that he lost a lot of weight for, but I think he's got something else going on medically.
Yeah, well,
bro's abusing steroids. Okay,
we didn't introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Go ahead and introduce yourself first.
I'm Riley.
Oh, I'm Nathan.
I'm John.
And usually we'd have our friend Ricky hanging out. Okay, I'm Nathan.
I'm Riley.
I'm Ricky.
All right, and we're joined with Ricky today. He is one of our...
He's John. He's John for today.
He's John for today.
That's
What's the phrase that we came up that
he is a momentary monk. I don't know. That's just we're just going with the M thing because and then I think they're gonna be the mama monks or something. I don't know. That's what
that's just
one of my wife said, and so
the mama monks.
I think so. I know. I love it, but.
Stealing our thing.
So for now, so for now, until we can, I guess legally bind it to a contract, you'll be a momentary monk.
There we go.
Even though we're all not legally bound. Well, there's like a blood ritual. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Blood ritual.
Yeah. I'll censor that. Anyway. Redacted.
The Smashing Machine.
Yep.
I know the two main stars are Dwayne The Rock Johnson, doesn't go by The Rock no more.
But you got it. But you have to still say it legally.
And then you have
Wait,
Emily
he doesn't
Blunt.
go by The Rock anymore?
No, he got rid of that out of his title 2019, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been calling him The Rock for years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think that's what it sounds like. But I still reference him as The Rock. I still call him The Rock. He's the.
I still just remember him from Game Plan.
Oh
yeah.
Tooth Fairy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I only think I watched one trailer for this.
When it came out is when I watched it. The one trailer. I watched it once when it came out, and so. I don't remember much. I just remember his face has some prosthetics on it. That's about it.
Do you know a little bit of what this is about, Ricky?
I do.
All right, give
I
us a
saw
little
a
breakdown.
teaser. I saw a teaser of it that A24 posted a while ago, and I love A24. They make some great movies. And yeah, Dwayne Johnson's in it. Emily Blunt's in it.
That's right.
I think pretty top tier acting too.
Was the teaser you saw? Was it were they in a bowling alley or something?
Something like that.
Okay, because I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I saw that. Scrolling through Instagram, I stopped and watched it.
Yeah.
Because I figured we were gonna watch it at some point. So yeah, it was. From what I remembered, it was pretty good. I guess I don't remember it. That's that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The story behind it too.
It's a real story, right?
Yeah, it is a real story. I think this is like a reboot though of it.
Is it?
I thought when I was looking it up before I came here, there was something mentioning like Smashing Machine 2007 or something like that.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if that's a documentary or like a different movie entirely, but I've never heard of it.
It could be a different movie. I feel like that would be like its own other movie. That could be just like another, but I don't know. Unless it said it was referencing like the same. What's the name of the fighter? What's the name of Dwayne Johnson's?
Mark. Right? It's Mark something. Usually I'm the Google guy.
Yeah, that's true. You be the Google guy. I'll be that.
What was the question? Sorry.
What's the name of who it's based off of?
Mark Kerr.
Oh, okay. Mark Kerr. He was one of the founding people, fighters for UFC, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So it's an MMA movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a boxing movie for a second, but I guess it's an MMA movie. Or is it boxing?
Well, mixed martial arts started somewhere. You have
Yeah, I guess.
jiu-jitsu and everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Based off of what I've seen trailer wise, based off of cast, now I think Rating wise, my pre-show rating, I'm probably gonna give it like a 3.5. Based off of trailer, based off of just what I've seen from that. What would you say you would give it, Nathan?
I'm going to go 3. I don't know much about his life. I don't follow a lot of MMA stuff. I mean, obviously, like, that's, if it's the start of MMA, it's a little different than what it is today. But, I mean, what I do know is I do like mixed martial arts. I do like fighting, like watching fights and UFC and all that. However, I don't know anything about this, so I'm just going to give it a 3. Just middle of the road for the most part. I mean, I guess 2.5 would be middle, but I have a little bit of hope, so I'll give it a 3.
Just for everybody listening, as well as for Ricky, we rate on out of 5 stars altogether, as well as half steps. It may be stars, it may be gongs, it may be, who knows.
Actually, these are going to be 5...
Shrunken heads.
No. It's
belly rubs.
It's got to be MMA. Oh, 5 broken noses. Wait, what?
Did you say ropes?
I said belly rubs.
Oh, belly rubs. Oh yeah, we're going with the monks thing. No, I was thinking we should do something per each movie. This one should be 5 sweep kicks.
Okay.
Yeah, out of 5 sweep kicks. Or
Okay.
what's another move that's like it's a good move? I don't know many moves.
I don't know too many.
Armbar.
Armbar.
There's 5. Okay, we're going out of arm bars because I like how that sounds better than sweep kicks.
So I say 3.5 arm bars. Nathan, you're saying
3 arm bars.
Arm bars.
Yep.
What are you thinking, Ricky, before we get in there and watch
We're gonna
this?
have to rate all of
I'm
them.
going bold right off the bat and saying 4 arm bars.
4 off the bat.
Now,
Yeah.
Is that because of A24?
That, well, maybe, but I mean, based off of, the actors in it, who's directing it, as well as it's being produced by A24, I think it's got it all lined up to be a pretty good movie.
Can't miss.
This is actually my second A24 film.
What was the first?
My first was what we saw, Friendship.
Yeah, Friendship.
That was
That was a good one.
Was my first A24.
It's
I
crazy.
never watched any other ones yet.
It's like
so.
they still kind of pose as like an indie film company, but they have a lot of mainstream films.
They're starting to get there where I think the fan base originally of A24 is starting to lose hope a little bit.
I think because they were
because they were putting so much out so quickly.
These were a lot of like film festival movies, and now they're like hitting the mainstream, and now they're obviously a highly known entity in Hollywood. So it's I think they're beyond they're beyond festival film at this point. They're a mainstream market.
Nice.
Which I always think whenever I see A24 at the beginning of a film, I always find that there's most likely it's going to be like a A plus or at least like an A film.
Yeah.
As opposed to
mediocre or something.
Wes Anderson. But throwback. That movie was not good. But it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I think one thing we haven't really done, and I think it really like establishes a little bit of like how each person rates a little bit, is what do you consider one of your top tier movies for each of you guys?
Ooh, that's good.
Because I think for myself, I'm like in between a few different movies, and like, what is your preferred genre of movies of watching?
I gotta go last because I have to think about this because I have so many that are like I'm not a deep movie person at all. Like I watch all sorts of types of movies and mostly comedies actually. I usually prefer comedies. I'm gonna go last.
All right.
Let's start with
That's a rough question to get thrown out.
It's really rough. Yeah. We got some time. We got 14 minutes. We got 14 minutes until we get there.
Top movies?
Top Gun?
Not your top
Gun?
movies, just like what are some of the movies that you put like in your high ranking?
High ranking?
That
and
could
like
change.
what is your primary genre of movies that you watch?
I gave that away.
That you enjoy.
All right, Riley, you go first. I think you might have this figured out.
I think a little bit for me, it goes with like psychological thrillers, as well as like crime, and then like also a little bit more of like set more in reality. like, yes, I love a good Marvel movie because I just like the franchise overall. I know you have Martin Scorsese saying superhero movies aren't really cinema. But like,
what does he know?
Goodfellas, that's probably a top movie. Seven, that's a good one. I do get into like the weird ones, such as like Donnie Darko, Psycho, which is a classic. Even throwing out there a very controversial one, which is American Beauty with Kevin Spacey. But then like sometimes I do dabble within like the comedy realm, which if I go comedy though, it's like the in-your-face literal comedy, like Airplane, Scary Movie. Those types of movies would be like my genres that I watch.
You ever watch Pink Panther?
Pink Panther is all right. I don't think I'm.
They got a new one coming out.
Do they really?
They do.
Wow. Steve
Liam Neeson.
Oh, Liam Neeson. Oh wait, I thought that was Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Oh, that's Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
That's
It
right.
came out. It came out. We should have seen it.
It's on streaming, I think.
Yeah, I think it's on
Paramount
we
Plus.
we can watch it. We'll figure out a way to watch it. That's okay. That reminds me. Yeah, Naked Gun. We gotta watch that.
Are you recording, Ricky?
I am.
Cool.
Red light.
Yep.
Are we in that red light district? All right, cool.
Okay.
Heyo.
Ricky, what would you say some of your go-to genres are, or like some of your top movies that you think overall?
Top movies, I do like a good thriller. I think Wind River, that was a really good movie that I saw. It's kind of like in the thriller category, twist and turn area. Shutter Island.
That's a good one.
That's a great movie.
Based on a book?
Yes, it is. Another really kind of unpopular movie that I love is Book of Eli.
Okay, with Denzel.
Denzel, yep. So I'd say I'm probably in kind of the action range for that. Obviously, there's major franchises I love, Star Wars and Marvel, which I think a lot of people would agree with me on that, but I don't really consider that like you're diving into movies. You can like those franchises, but not really be a movie lover just because of what they're known. They're so big. Other than that, I think my guilty pleasure would be like a Pixar movie or something.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I do get down with those.
There's nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I guess if I... Oh, are you all finished?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, like you said, it's good to always, like, kind of recognize that, like, some of those movies that are, like, the more mainstream or, like, the more, like, genre-defining movies are, like, maybe they're not for movie lovers, but I can still appreciate them, like, from, like, a movie-loving standpoint. Like, Empire Strikes Back, probably the best Star Wars movie there is out of all the Star Wars movies, in my opinion. I just think the plot was, the best out of all of it. It had the best twists and all of that stuff. And, of course, you can go down the road with all the Marvel movies, like we've all said. Maybe not Phase 4 or 5 or whatever we're on now. But if I was talking genre specifically, I was mentioning comedies, just because I grew up on a lot of comedies. I grew up watching a lot of like improv shows. I grew up watching a lot of I guess quirky comedies, and so one that stands out for me is Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's like a witty kind of comedy movie, and then Tom Hanks, his part is great. And then you can kind of take it down to, if there's another quirky movie that's, I guess, not as popular as what I don't hear about people talking about it, but I love it for some reason, and I think it's also helped my love for like traveling and airports and stuff. But The Terminal with Tom Hanks.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's kind of one of those zany, like kind of quirky comedy movies. So you can see like kind of my pace is like a little more laid back. Thrillers are great, and that Shutter Island's a great movie. We just watched a like horror movie, which was slightly like more thrillerish than horror, but weapons. And there's like all of those things. I'll watch pretty much all those. Actions are great, dude. All the John Wick movies are insane because of the choreography. Like if you're thinking about like just those elements in those movies are the things that I appreciate. And then I love a good like Quentin Tarantino movie. I love Pulp Fiction. I always reference back to it. I think I was I was talking to Riley the other day, and I was just, talking about how I'm just quoting those types of movies, and pumpkin pie. Wine can taste like pumpkin pie. I wouldn't eat the filthy, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and then, but if I have guilty pleasure movies, not a popular one. Napoleon Dynamite is probably one of my top guilty pleasure movies. Not a popular one.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Never seen Napoleon
Never
Dynamite?
seen Napoleon Dynamite.
It's very slow moving.
Yeah.
Very, very.
But when the comedy hits in it, it hits.
It hits.
I've heard great things about it. I've never actually watched it though.
Yeah. It's very much that, like, okay, low budget, very low budget movie that, like, could only be a cult classic. Like, that's all it is. Like, that's the only way that people would like it, is if it, like, got some kind of fame and popularity from the totally stupid things that happened in that movie. I'm totally missing movies. I know there's stuff in my head that I'm not remembering, but, I mean, for the most part, that's, like, a general rundown of, like, the movies that I kind of watch based on, like, the genres.
I just found out today that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas actually is rated very low by critics. I did not realize that.
What is?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. It's what's his name? Harry S. Thompson, I think his name is the writer of the book. Mm-hmm. But Johnny Depp played in it, and it's just one big like acid trip in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I think I've seen clips from it like everywhere.
Yeah, and that one I thought it was a good movie.
Isn't that the movie they talk about the like drug that keeps you young, and then that's like, or something like that? There's like some kind of drug in that movie where they talk about it, and it's actually like conspiracy or like a real thing that celebrities use to stay young.
I know S. Thompson was big on like controversy a little bit in like the books that he wrote, and as well as like conspiracies a little bit.
Yeah.
But he also was just like a very like.
He had a style.
Yeah, there's a style to him.
Like a trip. Like it felt trippy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, we're getting on the freeway.
Speaking of Johnny Depp, like one of my favorite franchises is the pirate movies, and I know that's like.
I think the Pirates of the Caribbean is a great series.
I think
it was great all the way up until the final one.
Yeah, I mean, I can still appreciate it a little bit, but just because of Johnny Depp and
like what he was going through during that time, like a little bit more of like substance abuse and everything. It just really like you saw it a lot more. Like you could see like, oh, that's not Jack Sparrow. That's a drunk Johnny Depp.
The first 3 pirate movies are probably the best thing that Disney's made. And then you were talking about Pixar. The Incredibles is probably one of the best because it's so adult. You don't really think about it as a kid growing up watching it, but when you look back on it like as an adult watching it, it's like this is such an adult movie because it's like there's so much action, there's so much like adult themes going through that one. And I guess Brad Bird is his name, the guy that made it. He's in the works of making another kind of espionage. I think it might be another Pixar movie. It's called Ray Gun, and it's about. I read it was about a detective that lives in a world, or he's the last like human detective in a world that's amongst human and robots, and then something happens. That's all I heard. But it was like I think they're doing voiceover for it right now, and it just sounded interesting. And I think at least with the first Incredibles, I didn't care for the second one as much. But the first
Incredibles, the Pixar series or whatever you want to call it, they're interesting because you get movies like Finding Nemo and The Incredibles, and then a sequel comes out to them 10 years later.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and it's still targeted at the like original audience for it.
Yeah,
and that's what's really cool about it.
Yeah,
I think it's funny that this Tesla has a Ferrari.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Oh man, visual comedy for an audio podcast.
For Pixar, I'm always Toy Story.
Oh yeah,
Toy Story is always
Toy Story's another
and see that's the thing,
big one. I just never saw anything after Toy Story 3, so I didn't see Toy Story 4.
I didn't either.
But, like, it was good. Like, I liked the animation styles of those original ones. I felt like they were better back then. Maybe I just haven't given them another chance to see, like, the newer ones again. But I didn't watch... I haven't watched any new Pixar except for maybe the last one was probably Inside Out, the first one.
They've had a second one since.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that's my thing, is like, I think I'm becoming somebody who's not into sequels as much.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes the sequels can be seen as that cash grab where it's not as well done.
Okay, Joaquin.
That's why, prime example. Yeah. I never watched the second one because...
It was a musical.
That was a terrible movie.
Really?
It was terrible.
The
biggest letdown from the original Joker to Joker 2. Oh,
Joker 1 was so good.
Joker 1 was great.
That's why I'm wary of, like, the Batman Part 2.
Yeah.
Because the first one was great.
I never saw it yet.
You still haven't seen it?
No, I have to watch it. I just have to sit and watch it.
It's 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that Joker 1 would be like a spark of like a new dark like series of movies coming from DC, because that would be sick if they were all like that kind of theme, where it was and they all kind of felt like realistic, serious movies as opposed to like superhero movies. Like, I love the James Gunn Superman. I thought it was great, and I think it's going to be a good direction. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But I think it would have been cool if they would have taken it like, okay, let's not do like the comedic, like everybody's movie, and let's make our own series and let's use these characters. Like, they could have used him. They could have used, I mean, of course, you don't want to franchise a good movie like that. But I think if they would have done it, like, if they would have thought it out, like, I think they could have gotten it done. And they could have somehow involved him and then Robert Pattinson's Batman, and then like gone on forward from there, and kind of used that dark undertone or overtones really, but those dark tones to kind of set the stage for that series of movies, that franchise, rather than having to follow the Marvel, because James Gunn's Superman follows a sort of zany, quirky superhero movie, and there's like jokes flying every few scenes. So
I thought it was good in regards to all of like what he did. Like, it's more of like Superman is more of a lighter comic overall. So I think like having that and like having the little bit of wittiness, and then like also introducing, what is it, the Justice Gang or whatever it's called right now.
Oh, that was great. I loved it. I think.
But he also went back through. Spoiler for Peacemaker season 1. He went back to the ending of that one and did the ending, because at the original ending it had the Justice League, so it had Aquaman, Henry Cavill,
that in the first
Jason
season?
Momoa in the first season originally.
Okay.
But now after Superman's come out, he redid it and he put the Justice Gang there instead.
Did they? Oh, they rewrote, like they re-put it in HBO. Okay.
So it doesn't have that original one anymore.
He was in Suicide Squad, right?
Peacemaker. So you have to. He wasn't in
Suicide Squad.
He was in
the
Suicide
Squad. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. He wasn't in the first. I saw the first Suicide Squad when it came out, and then I hated Birds of Prey. And then, I mean, it was just, I fell asleep.
Birds of Prey was alright.
I fell asleep.
It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was
Then again, it was a. I wasn't paying attention really. I was at someone else's house and I wasn't paying attention. But I wanted to see those Suicide Squad, but I haven't pulled the trigger on that.
Which that was also James Gunn. Yeah. And I think that like set up his whole universe for Warner Brothers.
All right, but since we're pulling up the Smashing Machine, we will
parking spot just for me.
We will definitely keep you guys informed on how we do it. We're going out of arm bars here. I say that it's going to have 3 arm bars, which I think I'm going to have hope. I'm having hope. Riley, what's your score?
3.5.
All right, Ricky.
I got 4 arm bars.
4 arm bars out of 5. All right. Well, this one's for you, John. We'll see you, listeners, in like 2 hours?
In like 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. And cue the music.
So, welcome back, everyone. To our 2 seconds that we were gone.
You guys heard the theme song, or not the theme song. You heard the the old interlude music. Dude, your backup cam is like almost in full HD.
Almost.
That's crazy. Like, cause usually the backup cams are pretty shoddy.
Mine doesn't have a backup sensor.
Mm-hmm.
It only has cross traffic backup.
Crotch traffic.
Cross traffic. Let's determine an order of who talks first.
Riley's talking first.
I think Ricky goes first.
Right,
I'm going first?
I feel like Ricky.
I
feel like you have something that you want to say about.
Because okay, so let's go back to what you said
we
before.
won't do ratings right away.
Can we just say what he was predicting on his rating, and then we'll do the final rating at the end?
Yeah.
So I gave it, what we said, arm bars, right?
Yeah, arm bars.
Yeah.
I said I was going into it expecting 4 arm bars.
Okay,
right.
out of 5.
Reviews at the very end after everybody said their piece.
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
First of all, as a side piece, I thought it was really weird seeing The Rock cry.
Oh yeah.
I had never seen that before.
Yeah.
But I think it was very good. I didn't know much about Mark Kerr's story beforehand. I knew a little bit of it, but not all of it. So I think from what I know of it, it portrayed his story pretty well. And, I mean, obviously I found out some more stuff about it too, which I've always been fascinated in that kind of area. So I loved it. I think it was an A24 movie, and it was kind of like had that, cinematography feel to it. And there were a couple, of those scenes like that. But I thought it was kind of a slower movie, but I thought the pace matched what the story was trying to portray. So I loved it.
Yeah. And then you said we're saving the ratings for the very end. We'll do them all at once. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. It was a great story. Like going into it knowing nothing about the fighter Mark Kerr. That's it. Yeah. We're in a car right now. That's why I got distracted. Yeah, Mark Kerr. I got a little it was funny that it was Mark Kerr and Mark Coleman, like 2 Marks. But yeah, I guess echoing what you said, the pace felt right. I mean, it was a different role, I think, than I've ever seen Dwayne Johnson play. I mean, has he had any big roles like this where it's been like a critically acclaimed, like, kind of dramatic role necessarily? Because I've only seen him in really, like, the movies I grew up with, which were,
I don't know
if he's had like a serious movie like this.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty intense. It was pretty.
He's been in very like action, family driven.
I'll just say, he's an amazing actor. Like he's a killer actor.
Oh, yeah.
I think he nailed it. Like the portrayal of this character where he has like this, these obsessive compulsive disorder. Like he has OCD, or it seems like that, and he has all these different things. He's got this narcissism from fights, and he's got these he's got an ego, he's got all this stuff, and then his dynamic with him and his girlfriend, that it just he portrayed it exactly how you can imagine. And it's like there were times where it's like you weren't on his side, and then there were times you were not on his side, and it's like there was a little bit of a back and forth there, but in the end, it's it's his story, and so it was just a good overall story, and I'm kind of glad it didn't. I mean, should I get into a little bit of story? Like, should I talk about that?
Yeah, you can talk about story.
All right, yeah.
You guys can talk about story.
Okay, cool. Yeah, without spoiler. I don't think.
Spoiler warning.
Okay, yep. You can skip this whole podcast if you don't want it spoiled. No, but I like that, and I know it's his original story. Like it's his story, but I like that it didn't go back from, okay, he had a drug addiction and then he fought it and basically conquered his drug addiction and then fell back into it. He didn't, and that was kind of like a breath of fresh air, because usually in those stories they fall back into it, and especially when he was helping out his friend with the opioids when he I don't know.
Oh, the
trainer
when he had the tendon issue.
Yeah, when his trainer I don't know, burst his tendon or something weird. But he was helping him out, and it looked like there was that like temptation, but inevitably he didn't, jump back into it, which, and he had so many other problems other than that. It was just that wasn't a big factor after he already came out of rehab. So that was kind of cool. Overall, I think solid movie. I would highly recommend it. But it had its moments of like sort of wittiness, but overall it was a pretty heavy movie. So I would definitely like express that to someone who's seeing it, who has no idea what they're getting into. It's as a hefty movie, but yeah. I think overall good drama, good action scenes, great choreography. I think the choreography was pretty spot on, even though they didn't show a ton of gore and stuff like they would in normal UFC fights. It's it was spot on to I'm not an expert obviously, but I thought it was pretty cool. So, yeah, and good stylization. There was lots of good little parts that maybe we can go into afterward, or we can just go into it now. I liked some of the cinematic direction, some of the like audio was cool. I say that because at the beginning of the movie, when he has his like addiction to the medicine, it was to combat the pain that he felt from fighting. At least that was my understanding. Anytime it showed that like before he got high, he was showing like signs of pain, like when he was waking up in the morning, or like there was another time, I think there was 2 instances where like the music did this like eerie like droning sound, where it did like I don't even know how to explain it, but it did this like eerie droning sound, and it did it twice. Like I heard it the first time and I thought, okay, that's a very interesting choice, and then they did it a second time, the exact same sound, and it was like, okay, that's the cue that, okay, he's in pain. And then the next scene, she'll walk into him being high and basically just super mellowed out and drugged out. And so it was just really interesting that they chose like some of these things. And I think the cinematography was amazing. A24 always nails that part of it. I think I have an idea of what I want to give it. So your turn, Riley.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Like you guys said, like it did really good on like being able to tell a story overall. I think one thing that just irritated me a little bit was like I couldn't see past Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Like, so there were some scenes where I'm like, that's Dwayne Johnson with hair. Like,
what about when he shaved his head?
Yeah, like when they first showed him with the shaved head, I was like, now we're a little too close. There's something weird about it because of the eyebrows.
There's his forehead.
But like also the eyebrows, I felt like never moved whatsoever.
Yeah, that was
throughout
weird.
The whole thing, and I get it because it's like the prosthetics, but it just didn't seem like it moved. Like it helped with like portraying like emotion as well.
Yeah, which I think that was supposed to help that because if you can. I don't know. They showed clips of him at the end of the movie, like the actual Martin Kerr, and he seemed a little like in his own world. Almost like that's just the best way you can like describe it. So I think they were kind of trying to like do like a visual thing where it's like he doesn't have the emotions. He doesn't have these or at least they're just very, very difficult for him to express.
Yeah. And
I don't think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson looked like Mark Kerr.
No,
I don't think so.
Until he got the goatee on him.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, that's Mark Kerr. But before that, he did not look anything like him.
And that's exactly, I was thinking about that when he was when he got the shaved head, I was like, it's Dwayne Johnson. And then when he was like doing the photo, like when he first showed off the goatee.
Yeah.
That's the loudest.
Really?
That is the loudest motorcycle. We're in the car. There.
Really, dude?
Spoiler. We're in the car.
Like, I saw it coming, and I was like, I didn't hear it whatsoever.
Dude, it was getting louder and louder. No, but when he was doing when they were taking the picture of him before the fight, before the tournament, and he had the goatee, I was like, dude, that's like a totally different person. Like, he looked like a different person for some reason. I don't know what the goatee really did, but it like, I guess, meshed everything together, and you can still hear that motorcycle.
I think like also like back to a little bit of the story, like there was times where it got really heavy and I was like, she's not in the right here. Like in regards to like addiction, like it's such like walking a tightrope because of like one, like you don't know what could be your trigger, and like her calling out like, oh, you're gonna call your sponsor now, like ooh, like I was like ouch, like that's like something you should not do. Like I was like, this is like toxic.
I know.
Like,
no wonder
like,
they were only married for like 6 years. Did you see that? Yeah.
That's why I was like, ooh, I don't know, like is she really like, does she do what he said, like interject herself, like distract and everything? And it just like really, I didn't know whose side to take in some points.
Yeah, I think that's where I was talking about, like, I didn't know whose side to be on, which was mainly between her and him. Because there were a lot of times where it was just straight up, he was just ignoring her. I think there was a point when he went to the bathroom, he was like
the carnival ride.
No, you missed like a scene where they were by the pool and he was like talking about how he was just obsessing about his cactus and how she wasn't taking care of it. There was like a back and forth there. She was just saying like it's just a plant, and he was just saying like they really nailed that like toxic behavior between the two of them, which, you know, that's, if you've seen that before, then you know exactly what that's like. And I think they kind of nailed that, like where it's like they always have like little jabs to say at one another, and that just starts a fight every time. And there were some screaming matches, and they were very accurate to what actual screaming matches. And then, you know, it eventually led to showing that she had a lot more issues that we didn't necessarily notice throughout the movie, except for maybe subtle hints of like obsessive behavior, like of, you know, wanting to, I guess, can't be without him. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Well, like I picked up like at the beginning, like the trainer didn't like her.
Yeah,
at the
exactly.
Very beginning, like you saw, like there was something that was there where she fed into this bad side to him, and I think that was something where like I caught that so early on that it like already put me standoffish of her.
Yeah. And
like I get like the idea of, oh, he treated her badly like when he was at fights and stuff. I'm like, that's his job. Like there's a part of you, especially when you're going to go in a ring like that and fight somebody, you have to be locked in. Like you have to cut off like any other thing. And we saw that once he started thinking about everything else in his life that was going on, he froze up.
Yeah.
And so I think that is like, that's where really the turning point of it is at that moment when in the fight for him, the whole movie.
Yeah, I think when it came to being in the fight, it was more crucial for him to be more into the fight. Whereas when he's at home and not paying attention to her or jabbing at her, that's where it's more justifiable of like, you know, she's, you know, you're not working, you're not fighting, you don't have to be in that headspace necessarily, unless you're training. But then there's like, you know, there were moments for that. But overall, I kind of think it was just a back and forth that I don't think was working. It was obvious like that relationship wasn't working, but they were trying, and for some reason. So, man, this motorcycle is really like going all the way.
Yeah, I'm wondering where like the highway patrol are at this point. Like, you in California, you can't have that loud of
motor vehicle.
Muffler.
What muffler?
Yeah, there's no muffler.
There's no muffler on that, bro. All right, should we start getting into, or do you have any last things, any of you?
My thing is, I don't know, maybe Dwayne Johnson was the right casting. I didn't feel like he could have been. I feel like somebody else could have been better.
Who would you put in that role?
That's a good question.
what's his face? He's also a UFC fighter. I can't remember.
Dave Bautista.
No. But
that would be their second choice.
Yeah, that would.
But it was just like, I felt like, I don't know. Maybe, like, I feel like also, like, Dwayne Johnson can't change his voice.
No.
That's the other thing.
And the other, and
was hard to, like, get past was, like, he can't change his voice. So I'm like, is he really adapting this character, or are we just trying to change him and force him into this role of this character? All right. I, like, tried to slow down. I'm trying to do everything to get away from this motorcycle, and he's just not going.
Just take back roads. You should just take back roads. It's not even worth it. It's probably ruining the podcast. Won't find out until later. He was. I mean, I thought he portrayed it well, just because, like, that's a personality that's hard to almost endure. Of, like, you know, they're not personable. You know, not necessarily endure, but, like, they're just not a personable person. And I think I was feeling that throughout. So I think whatever they were trying to get him to achieve, he achieved. And so, but yeah, you're right. That was really hard to, like, get past him as, I guess, as an actor. Just because he's not known for his dramatic roles. He's not known for, like, all that stuff. He's known for his action movies, family movies, you know, whatever. But I thought it was a good role. I mean, I thought he did pretty well. So,
I think what got my attention drawn to the whole, you know, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson thing getting thrown in there. The role he was trying to play is such a hard role for pretty much any actor to portray, as being a professional athlete, kind of just reenacting their life, basically. That's got to be probably one of the hardest roles to match, because you can't really script it or anything. You just have to go based off of that guy's personality, which I think that's really hard to match.
Yeah. My other thing is, like, with A24 now, is because they're getting into, like, the bigger studio, like, type of set, I feel like they're not using a lot of, like, unknown actors like they used to try and, like, and I think that's also maybe part of it. Maybe, like, Dwayne Johnson had, like, a good, like, wanting to do this movie because he comes from that wrestling background of, like, WWE and everything. So maybe there's that respect towards Mark Kerr for helping with, like, getting the mixed martial arts as one of the, like, where it is to this day. Being, like, one of the pioneers, like it said.
And that makes sense. You know, it would make sense to have him in that role because of that, just as a sign of respect. And also, like, appreciation, and he probably understands maybe more than, but they probably could have gotten someone more into mixed martial arts too. I mean, like, it could have been, but I think overall,
What if they just gave us Joe Rogan as Mark Kerr?
Dude, you gotta think bigger. You gotta think Brendan Fraser.
But I thought it was a good movie overall.
All right, are we gonna get into the in the arm bars? All right,
into the arm bars. Ricky, you get to go first again.
Yep.
I'm gonna bump mine up to 4.5 arm bars.
Nice.
4.5.
I think that's my final score for it.
All right. Do you want to justify anything, or?
I mean, it exceeded my expectations, obviously. But I think the main reason was the way they portrayed the story. I think they did a really good job, and it was really accurate too. So
cool.
That's why.
Awesome. All right.
Your turn.
Mine is going to be 4 arm bars. So I did bump up from my, what did I say, 3? So I bumped up a whole arm bar. Yeah. I did 4 because I really did also enjoy the story. I guess my only downs were, which aren't even that bad. It's honestly just preference, or, you know, my opinion. The story was slower than, you know, I probably expected it to be, because it's a fighting movie. I mean, they just took their time with a lot of the storyline. and it was so heavy. Like there was just a lot of fighting. I do give them props for the accuracy and the real emotions in all of the acting between Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. I think that was the realest part of the movie, was kind of seeing that back and forth, and also feeling the stress between those scenes. But also, it's just a really good movie. So 4 is definitely my fair score.
I forgot what I rated it beforehand.
You were 3 or 3.5.
I think I was at 3.5.
Yeah, you were.
I think that's where I'm staying.
Okay.
I think I'm staying at 3.5. It was a really well done movie.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Motorcycle got off at our exit. Sorry.
It's it was a well done movie, but like I said, I feel like it was just trying to see past Dwayne Johnson was the hardest thing for me. Mm-hmm. The story was well done and everything. I think it was a good movie. But I don't consider it a must watch. Mm-hmm. That's where a 4 is where I'm it's a must watch. You have to watch this movie. Mm-hmm. I don't see it going down as a classic film. Mm-hmm. I think it had the stuff that you wanted from a biopic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had the chronological timelines of the storytelling. Mm-hmm. But I just think it was just a good movie overall. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was a bad movie. Yeah, that's just my takeaway on it.
Now,
can somebody look up the Rotten Tomatoes score of it real quick?
Let's see what they put.
We need to know the tomato score and the popcorn meter.
Rotten Tomatoes had it at 72%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fresh?
Does
Where's fresh start?
Does it say what the popcorn score was on their website?
Is it the fan?
Yeah, it's the fan one.
It's on their website.
Yeah.
If you have T-Mobile, you'll lose service right here.
Yeah, I don't have service right now. Oh, wait, here we go. Popcorn meter was 77%.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see, it's a fair movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Mm-hmm. It's your middle ground of a movie, I would say. I think anything below a 70% is a terrible movie. Mm. I think that's how it usually pans out. Yeah. Anything below a C is bad.
C's get degrees.
Hey, there you go.
Like I said, it's a good movie. You can watch it. You'll have a good time.
So C's get into theaters. They get in the movie theaters. That's it.
Well, Phoenician Scheme got into the theaters.
But that was Wes Anderson. He's had A's in the past. You can't.
He's had a few A's in the past.
I really liked Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love that movie. It's such a weird movie. See, that's one that people don't like either, and I liked
that movie. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I love it.
It was very more comedic timing.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of quips and comedy in that movie. There's lots of little jokes everywhere, and so you just have to listen, and then you have to kind of get into the mindset of that humor. But anyway. This has been the Smashing Machine. Smashing Machine? Mm-hmm. Not the Killing Machine. The Smashing Machine. The story of
Mark Kerr.
Mark Kerr. I can't remember his name. I was going to call him Mike for a second. I'm tired.
Nathan, I got a question for you.
Yes, shoot.
Do you think we'll ever publish this podcast?
It'll never see the light of day.
And like that, guys, thank you for listening, and we will see you on the next time.